This video has been brought to you by PDF Element, which is an all-in-one smart PDF editor which offers the easiest way to edit PDFs from text to images, links, pages, watermarks, background, headers, and footers. It's a great tool to maximize your document productivity. So today Apple dropped new iPads and they're way much better than you think. If you love Apple, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. What is going on, guys? Apple World here. So today, out of nowhere, Apple released two brand new iPads to the iPad lineup. The brand new iPad mini, which supposedly is the iPad mini 5, but Apple is calling it the new iPad mini, and the iPad Air. Yes, the iPad Air is back with upgraded specs, kind of. We're gonna talk about all of this with just a second, but they're so much better than you think, and here's why. So both new iPads have a laminated display. It's not like the 9.7-inch budget iPad that Apple released last year. I can't wait to try both of them out. I ordered both of them to, of course, review and unbox on the channel, so get excited for those unboxings and for the review on the new iPads. But just to let you guys know, they both have laminated displays. That's a big deal. That's a really big deal. Apart from that, both new iPads have the A12 Bionic chip. That's a monster of a chip. I did not expect the iPad mini 5 to actually have that chip. So if you have the iPad mini 4, or if you have an older version of an iPad, or you just want to upgrade to an amazing iPad, both iPads are actually a great deal. What else does the new iPads have? They both have Apple Pencil support, which is great. They have the first generation Apple Pencil, which I understand why Apple did it, because if they wanted to add the second generation Apple Pencil, they would have to change the design completely, because in order for the Apple Pencil to charge, you need a flat surface, which Apple didn't want to change the design, so that's why they kept the first generation Apple Pencil. And they also wanted to make the iPad Pro, right? They want the iPad Pro to have those Pro features that the other ones don't. I mean, if you think about it, Apple actually wants you to buy the most expensive iPad Pro. Of course, they're going to be happy if you buy the iPad mini 5 or the brand new iPad Air. But inside of Apple's heart, money-wise, they of course want you to get the iPad Pro. So they're reserving certain features, certain products, for example, the Apple Pencil, that is only exclusive to the most expensive iPad Pro. So just to let you guys know that the new iPads actually have Apple Pencil support, which is going to make it amazing, both iPads for school, especially the iPad mini 5. I'm personally a really big fan of the iPad mini, and the specs that this iPad mini has is amazing. The only thing that's stopping me from actually, selling my iPad Pro is that there's the first generation Apple Pencil. And the first generation Apple Pencil, it's a great device, it's a great piece of hardware, but the way you charge it, I just love my Apple Pencil 2 so much, and I just don't think I can go back. So an interesting thing about both iPads is that they both have a headphone jack, which is interesting. So first of all, who are these iPads for? Both of these iPads, they're for so many target audiences. I don't think even Apple knows who these iPads are actually for. The thing that I can think of, I guess, for the iPad mini, I mean, I'm sure for other cases, but for students, it's gonna be great. And even for like elementary, for example, for schools to actually buy a bunch of these iPads, a headphone jack is kind of necessary, because for schools, for example, they don't have wireless headphones to spare. So I guess connecting a headphone jack, sure, it's better. That's the only thing that I can think of. I don't really know and understand why Apple did it. The thing that I just said about schools kind of makes sense. Either way, I totally believe that Apple should have removed the headphone jack on these devices. Just because on all the other devices, such as the most expensive iPad Pro, the iPhones, they're starting to, remove the headphone jack. So now adding the headphone jack again, it's like, Apple, what are you thinking? I mean, if they really want a headphone jack, they can have an adapter. I just find it frustrating how the most expensive iPad Pro does not have a headphone jack, and then the more cheaper model has a headphone jack. Shouldn't it be the opposite? I don't know. That's just something to think about it. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think of that? So you probably don't really care about the cameras on both new iPads, but in the front we get an 8 megapixel camera, and on the back we get a 7 megapixel FaceTime camera. Now, why do we use cameras on iPads for? Well, we scan documents, so the more megapixels we have, the better. So why not? Why not a better quality on a camera? So the iPad Air and the iPad Mini, specs-wise, are exactly the same, except the brand new iPad Air is now compatible with the smart keyboard. So you're going to have the smart connector on the iPad Air. So that's great. I kind of wish the iPad Mini actually had a smart keyboard. I know that keyboard would actually be really small, but I think that would have been great to use. Maybe not the best experience, but I think it would have been fun. And you also get True Tone on the brand new iPad Air. So the iPad Air is basically the 2017 iPad Pro, but just rebranded to the iPad Air, and it actually weighs a little bit less. The biggest difference between the last year's, the 2017 iPad Pro, and this year's iPad Air is that it doesn't have the 120 hertz refresh rate display, which is a big deal for me. The thing that I love the most about my iPad Pro is the refresh rate. I mean, everything is so smooth. Of course, it's not going to be laggy, but it's just going to be way much smoother on the iPad Pro. So if you're thinking on buying the new iPad Air, it's a great device, but if I were you, I would definitely go with the 2017 iPad Pro. If you're thinking on getting an iPad Mini 5 or the new iPad Mini, I totally recommend you guys to get it. It's an amazing device. So let's talk about our sponsor for just a second, because PDF editor is seriously a must-have if you have an iPad. You can create PDF whether it's on your Mac, on your iPad, on your iPad Pro. You can actually edit PDFs. You can mark up PDFs, whether it's from your Apple Pencil or whatever it is. It's also really easy to sign PDFs. If you're using Adobe, for example, to edit PDFs, that's fine. But just to let you guys know that PDF Element is also more affordable than all the Adobe suite. So if you guys are interested in edit all of your PDFs all in one place, PDF Element is the way to go. I have PDF Element on my iPad Pro, and it's seriously a must-have. A must-have. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Of course, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think of the brand new iPads? Do you guys like the iPad Air? Is it just the iPad Pro rebranded? Do you guys like the iPad Mini 5? Let me know. Let's go ahead and have a party down in the comment section down below. I'll try to comment. I'll try to like as many comments as I can. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video surrounding the Apple world. Peace.